Oh man. Okay. Take 10, day 9. It's our second to last day. The theme of this one has been playing your own game, and I've been kind of calling it Take 10 and playing your own game interchangeably. So maybe that's confusing. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You're welcome. Um, Today we're gonna let our spines play. So your spine is generally 26 vertebra. And if you'd like to investigate this while we talk about it, it starts all the way up at the base of your skull. So if it's accessible to reach up there, having the elbows wide might not feel good. Having them narrower might feel good. Might feel good to reach across if it doesn't feel good to go up into this range. But see if you can find some way to give a little tactile contact to the very upper part of your spine. And just really the one of the things that touch is great for is just telling your nervous system where a part of your body is in space. We tend to forget. And so we can get in there with a little touch and be like, oh, yes, here. Actually, that could be fun too. Try a couple of little nods and feel the movement under your fingers. Yeah, there's joints in there, right? And then it goes all the way down to your sacrum. So if there's like a big bony sort of triangle, sure, right around where your butt crack starts, just above that. And then if you go up from there, you'll find a little dip and you'll start to find the base of your spine. So give that a little touch in any way that feels good. It could just be like broad strokes rubs. You could get in there specifically with your fingers if you like investigating those bony structures and kind of feeling what they feel like. Some people that really squigs them out. So like could just be like a kind of brush, kind of general to the bits of your flesh that are on top of your spine. I had one client that was like so grossed out when I would say too specific of anatomy things. And so I had to try to learn how to describe like places that we were trying to engage in ways that weren't that. It was quite the verbal gymnastics. Okay, and then everywhere in between. So now you've got if you can, find the top, find the base, one hand on each. Oh, and just have a sense of like, oh yeah, everything, eh, there's a whole chain of vertebra connecting these points. And then touch as many parts as you can. So maybe work up from the bottom, maybe work down from the top. There'll probably be a section towards the middle that just like isn't reachable, and that's okay. But just giving your spine, your back, a little bit of touch, wake up for any parts that you can reach. We're going to do this in a second that doesn't involve your own hands. We'll give some options, but for right now. So if you have some empty wall space, that will be handy. You can also use the back of a door or honestly like a column or a corner. The corners can be kind of pokey. We're going to go over there and just kind of like rub our backs against the wall. If you need to do this seated today, if you can sit in a chair that has a back, you can also use the back of the chair. And if you're really needing a lot of support for your body, you could also lie down either on the floor, on the couch, or on a bed. So find your spot. Here's my wall. Hopefully you can still hear me. And you're just gonna do, I like to cross my arms to get my shoulder blades a little bit out of the way. You're gonna do a little like itchy bear, just a little tactile, enjoyable rub. Oh, it feels so good. Especially those bits in between your shoulder blades, that section of the spine tends to go pretty invisible for most folks. And then if you're at the wall, if you bend your knees a little bit, if you're on the floor, it might help to bend your knees as well, and kind of tuck your tail between your legs. You can get the more of the lower part of your spine against the wall. Oh my God, that feels good today. And give that a little wiggle and a little rub. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, so that sort of tactile spine discovery is one of our ingredients to play with as we go into the musically accompanied improv part. The other thing you can play with is seated, standing, or on all fours. Some spinal like articulation. Oh, Gotta fire this camera guy. He's really just not pulling his weight. Um, so in quadruped, you'd be here kind of doing your classic like cat-cow situation. The invitation, if you choose to accept it, is to make that like a snake. So say you start at your tail and you curl your tail under and you snake that rounding movement up your spine with an attempt to give each vertebra a chance to participate. And then you can snake yourself back into extension. If quadruped doesn't feel good for your body, you can also do this seated, curling under, rounding up, sending your tailbone back behind you, finding that arch snaking through your spine. Often feels good for me to have my feet flat on the floor and kind of sit at the edge of my seat. And then you can also play with these ideas from standing. Generally, having a little bend in the knees, having your feet about hip width feels good, but you can also play with that as a variable for your practice. And then just finding your little spinal snake, woo, in whatever ways feel good to you. I've been showing it very kind of linearly and straightforward. It can be more snaky and undulaty. Go nuts, right? These invitations are always just to get you moving. Once you're moving, if you feel inspired to go different ways, do it. This is one of my favorite songs to move my spine to. It's only 3 minutes and 16 seconds, which we may regret, but we'll do our best. Good. Keep playing. You have 1 more minute. You can start at your head and work towards your tail. You can start at your tail and work towards your head. You can go back and forth between specific sections. You can let as much of your body respond to the spinal movement as you like or as little. 1 more minute. I am human. Okay, let all your spine snake in, come to stillness in your own time. And take a moment if you'd like to return to those same contact points. One hand touching the top of your spine where it meets your skull, one hand touching the base of your spine where it meets your pelvis. And just do a little scan of everything in between those points. Notice if there are any new and different sensations from when you first checked in. Notice just your general sense of your back. Like, do you have one? Is it in your awareness? It might not be. It might be a little more sparkly now than it was when we started. This is one of the gifts of slow movement or sort of like movement with strength, is that tension is what helps our nervous system locate where our joints are in space. And so when we move with strength, with kind of that slow, controlled, like oozy, articulated quality, it helps like brighten up the map of your body for your nervous system. And then the gift of that is that you get to solve movement puzzles all day, which is like what walking and squatting and reaching in your back seat, like those are all movement puzzles. You get to solve those with more ease because your command center has like a better map of your shit. So enjoy. Let me know how that goes. Instagram, we bid you farewell. It didn't cut off this time. And for those time traveling to do this recording with us, well done. So glad you could be here in your own timing.